It's shenanigan time. What is going on YouTube? ExpressoShucko here, and today I am bringing Mewtwo to the Reg I ranked ladder again. Now last time I did this, it was a month ago, and I brought Mewtwo and Calyrex together, and what I had said at the end of that video was, what's a restricted pairing you want to see? And one of my commentators mentioned Mewtwo and Calyrex-Ice Rider. So here we are. Now, this time we are running Terra Dark Mewtwo as opposed to Terra Stellar, with the logic being Terra Dark will protect us from Prankster status moves while also giving us some resistances to Ghost and Dark type attacks. And we have a Focus Sash here instead of a Life Orb, so now we can just embrace the fact that Mewtwo is a Glass Cannon, and we don't have to worry about it instantly going down. It has to be hit at least twice, so we do have that working in our favor. And as far as our moveset goes, we have Psy Strike, Mewtwo's signature move, which does damage on the physical side despite this thing being a special attack, so it naturally synergizes with Mewtwo's high base 150 for a special attack. And this will get us around Assault Vests, which is going to be very helpful. If we need to pivot into Dark Pulse, we have that here to potentially make some things flinch, while also doing some Dark type damage. Lunala is a huge threat, and I'm looking to get that Dark Pulse off if I can. And then finally, we have Taunt here to shut down status moves such as Wide Guard, Tailwind, Trick Room, and Leech Seed. And Trick Room and Leech Seed are two notable moves because Calyrex Ice Rider has been running them a lot more frequently, so I would love to be able to shut that down. We have Ursaluna for big damage if we get Trick Room up here. We have a Flame Orb to enable Guts. We got Facade, Headlong Rush, and Earthquake to do some massive damage. We got Rillaboom with an Assault Vest with Fake Out, Grassy Glide, and Woodhammer. Basically, similar stuff to what you usually see on Rillaboom, or rather, it's exactly what you tend to see on most Rillaboom, but we got the Woodhammer to do massive grass-type damage. We have U-Turn to pivot out, we got Grassy Glide for that priority, and we got that Fake Out to shut things down. We got Heatran here, which is a bit of an experiment, because I was thinking a lot of Calyrex tend to like running Terra Fire alongside Fire-type attacks and either Close Combat or Collision Course. Terra Ghost will make Heatran actually become immune to Ghost type attacks, and it does have the Flash Fire ability. So in theory, we might be able to potentially wall out a Calyrex. Now, Heatran's probably not going to come to any games that we don't see a Calyrex on, depending on the matchup, because there's a lot of things that could potentially threaten Heatran, but if we do get Heatran there, awesome. And if not, well, it's not going to really break the camel's back for me because I got that Mewtwo to try to showcase here. But as far as our moves go, we got Heat Wave for some spread fire damage, we got Flash Cannon for some stab steel type attacks, and then we got Earth Power here for some ground type coverage. We got Galarian Zapdos here, which is a little bit of a weird Pokemon, but we got a Clover Cloak on it to protect it from Fake Out. We got Terra Ground on it, with the idea being we might be able to do some similar stuff to Mewtwo as I plan to do with Calyrex with Heatran. We got that Terra Ground to become immune to electric type attacks, and we just gotta hope we don't take a fairy or dragon type attack in the meanwhile, but we can become immune to electric type attacks with that Terra Ground. And then we got Brave Bird and Thunderous Kick for our damaging moves there. And we got Thunderous Kick, which is a guaranteed defense drop, which is going to be great. It naturally synergizes from Stab with the Galarian Zapdos and its Defiant ability. So we potentially run into an Incineroar, while Incineroar will activate Defiant and give us a +1 attack boost. And then Thunderous Kick is doing a lot of damage at the end of the day. And plus, Brave Bird will naturally benefit from Defiant raising its damage output as well, and it's a nice hard stab flying type attack right here with that base 120. And then as far as some support options go, we got the Helping Hand and Tailwind, because Thunderous Kick's defense drop wasn't enough support for this thing. We got the Helping Hand to boost up damage for all of the Pokemon on the team, and then we got Tailwind to enable the fast mode for the team if we don't get Trick Room up. And finally, as far as Trick Room goes, our Calyrex here is the Trick Room setter. Now, this is not my Calyrex. I'm actually borrowing it from another YouTuber named Cloverbells. And Cloverbells basically wanted some help with making some rental teams with some team slots. I volunteered and said, yo, hit me up. So we did a few trades. I borrowed this Calyrex off of Cloverbells to make a rental team for him. And yeah, we're also going to take advantage of the fact that we got this temporary Calyrex Ice Rider, seeing as mine is currently geared to be a Shadow Rider. But we have Glacial Lance and high horsepower for some massive damage. We don't have Leech Seed on here, which honestly, I don't like running Leech Seed. I think it's great for other people, but it's just not my playstyle, to be completely honest. But we got that Glacial Lance and high horsepower to do some big damage, especially if we do get an attack boost, or even if Zapdos just gets that defense drop into something, or, you know, even just the helping hand. So we do have that for the synergy there. And then we got Trick Room to invert the speed if we need to. And plus, Ursaluna definitely benefits from that inverted speed. But anyways, that's the team in a nutshell. Let's jump right on in to some battles. Okay, we've got Ursaluna, Ice Rider, Iron Hands, Miraidon, Volcarona, and Chi-Yu. Alrighty. Now, having Taunt on Mewtwo is going to be kind of nice for dealing with denying potential Trick Room or redirection off Volcarona. I kind of like the idea of going for Heatran. I'm a little bit scared of that Ursaluna, though, not gonna lie. But I think Zapdos looks great. Zapdos looks great. So does Ice Rider. Yeah, Ice Rider looks pretty good here. I might bring Ice Rider in the back, though. I think I'm going to go Mewtwo, Ice Rider, and I think I'm in an okay-ish position to bring the Ursaluna. The Heatran does look pretty tempting, though, not going to lie. I do kind of like that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the Ursaluna. Now, they go Ice Rider, Miraidon. The Zapdos is definitely not doing me any favors with Terra Ground, but, I mean, if they don't go Miraidon, Terra Ground Zapdos looks wonderful. Yeah. Alright, so it's going to be Chi-Yu, Volcarona. Alright, you know what? That's fine. I like the idea of going for Tailwind, and I like the idea of going for Terra Dark Psystrike. Yeah, that could work. I could also go for the Taunt into the Volcarona. Not that I'm really expecting Volcarona to stay around too much. They were probably expecting Ice Rider as part of the lead, so we'll go for the Terra Dark Mewtwo right here, just to be able to resist the Dark Pulse or Snarl. And they go Heat Wave. I mean, they go Heat Wave. I kind of made my own bed to lie in at this point. But anyways, let's see right here. We're going to outspeed both of these Pokemon right here. We're going to get a lot of damage off with that Psystrike. Chi-Yu just did go for the Heat Wave. Mewtwo dodged. Can Zapdos live it? And Zapdos does live it. Do they go, oh, it doesn't matter, because we actually get Zapdos to move before the Volcarona. That's great. Alright, Volcarona went under Quiver Dance, which is a little bit concerning, but we can finish off Volcarona. And we can go for a Thunderous Kick into the Chi-Yu. Honestly, going for a Thunderous Kick is probably going to be for the best. And getting that Psystrike off into the Volcarona to pick up the knockout should be handy. So yeah. We're going to knock out Volcarona before it even has a chance to do anything, which is great. Which, honestly, the Tailwind definitely helped big time. And getting a Thunderous Kick off into a non-terrestrialized Chi-Yu is going to be awesome. I do like that for us. Yeah, I do really like that we're getting that Zapdos knockout. Yeah, we just got a straight-up knockout. Nice. Okay, so Zapdos got the knockout there. Now we're going to potentially see Calyrex and maybe Miraidon, which we got the Tailwind up, which is great. Yeah, there's Miraidon coming in right here. I do like the idea of going for Taunt. Oh, it's actually no Calyrex. Okay, okay. Zapdos does have the Covert Cloak, which is nice. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Thunderous Kick into the Miraidon, and I'm just going to protect Mewtwo this one turn. And then this way, Calyrex could potentially come in here and just go for a big Glacial Lance into the Iron Hands, and the Miraidon, obviously. Especially getting a defense drop into Miraidon, like that should help in the long run. And plus the nice thing here too is I have Psystrike for the next turn, so Terra Fairy, Miraidon, that's fine. I still have a little bit of Tailwind. I can come in, I can Glacial Lance next turn, and we just have a good time overall. And I brought Ursaluna too, so I mean Earthquake is going to look really nice into the Iron Hands as well. They just went for the Fake Out into Mewtwo, which is fine. We're going to get our Thunderous Kick off, so we'll get a defense drop right there into the Miraidon, which decent chip damage. I do like that defense drop, seeing as that will help with Psystrike as well, so. Zapdos can go down here. I can bring in the Calyrex. I could even bring in the Ursaluna. Though I don't like bringing in Ursaluna on Iron Hands, especially whereas they do have Core Drive. But I think Glacial Lance is a safe option right here, especially where Miraidon is at -1 defense right now. So I think we go for the Glacial Lance, and I think Miraidon can protect, so I think I'm just going to Psy Strike into the Iron Hands and just try to get rid of it. And then that way, too, the Calyrex should have a good time. Okay, we drop Iron Hands down to almost all of its HP, but it's not quite enough. Mewtwo's going to live thanks to its Focus Sash. Now, if Iron Hands can attack into Mewtwo, that'd be great. Oh, Calyrex. Oh, right, because of Tailwind. Right, I'm dumb. All right, I kind of scared myself a little bit, but I mean, we had Tailwind up for a turn, so yeah, we were able to outspeed, and we just picked up the knockout. So yeah, that -1 defense in Miraidon, that definitely helped with Calyrex. I'm shocked that went as smooth as it did, but hey, I will definitely take that. Good game to my opponent. Okay, we got a Fletchling. Okay, we got Fletchling, we got Smeargle, Ditto, Terapagos. Oh, it's a full mono normal team. That's fun. I don't love the idea of Ditto copying any of these, but what I could do is I could go for the Zapdos. Yeah, I could go for the Zapdos here. Maybe bring in the... Yeah, maybe we bring in the Mewtwo. We'll bring Ice Rider in the back. And we'll bring our own bear. All right, so interesting start. Also, I haven't played a long time, so yeah, we're gonna see some spice. That's for sure. Yeah. We took a huge break off from actually laddering in June, so we got Smeargle, Terapagos. Okay, probably Decorate. Yeah, I could definitely see Decorate. They might go Fake Out into Zapdos, which, I mean, if they do, that's not the end of the world for me, because I do have the Covert Cloak on it. So I think I'm going to go Thunderous Kick, and I think I'm just going to taunt into the Smeargle with Mewtwo. Yeah, we'll go for... Oh, they went for Fake Out into Mewtwo instead. Okay. Zapdos is going to get a guaranteed defense drop into Terapagos, which is nice. Now, I would have loved to have been able to get that taunt off into Smeargle, but I mean, that's okay. Guaranteed defense boost, or defense drop into Terapagos is good. We're just going to see a blind Terra Starstorm. Whew. Okay, Mewtwo. Mewtwo did not love that, that's for sure. We'll go for another Thunderous Kick into the Terapagos, and I think what we'll do here is we'll just go for the Psy Strike. Just try to do some damage into that Smeargle. Try to get rid of it. I don't want Terapagos to try to go for the Calm Mind if my opponent does have that. So I would like to just try to get as much damage off into Terapagos as possible, which with the extra damage from them being at -1 defense, Zapdos should be okay dealing with the Terapagos. Now if they go Terra Stellar, that might not be the best, but I mean, I do have the Ice Rider in the back. The Ice Rider can go for some big damage. I wonder if that might have been specs on the Terapagos too. Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see, because like that was a lot of damage. Okay, so we're gonna get Terra Stellar. Ice Rider can come in and just go for the Glacial Lance. The only scary thing is okay, they're gonna go follow me. This should at least get rid of Smeargle in the bare minimum, so we'll get our Psy Strike off right there, which that's gonna drop it to a Sash. Zapdos will knock it out. I'm not too worried about Zapdos here, and I know Mewtwo's going down, so like, honestly, potentially getting a Tailwind up could be handy for, yeah, it might be handy for Ice Rider, which is a weird concept, but I mean, yeah. So let's see here, Mewtwo's gonna go down here. Will Zapdos hang on? I don't know. Oh yeah, Zapdos took that relatively well. So, Ice Rider can come in here and then potentially either go Trick Room or I go Tailwind with Zapdos. It kind of depends on what they do. If they go Ditto into my Zapdos slot, that's fine. Oh, it's Fletchling. Huh, okay. Fletchling comes in here. Alrighty. They actually brought it, which I'm kind of curious to see what it does. But I think what I can do here is I think I just hard switch, and I think I just go Trick Room with the Calyrex. And then this way too, if it's Gale Wings, Tailwind, I mean, I don't have to worry about Tailwind. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the speed. We can get Ursaluna in here. We can get, yeah, there's just the Tailwind right there. Which, you know what? Props to my opponent for bringing the Fletchling. Alright, here comes Terra Starstorm. This is gonna sting, but I mean, it shouldn't be the end of the world for Ursaluna. I mean, if Zapdos took it, yeah, Ursaluna should be okay here. Zapdos took it just fine. We get our Trick Room up. I can go Glacial Lance now. I can go for damage. Yeah. I don't really know what Fletchling is going to do, and honestly, I'm not too terribly concerned about it. I'm just going to Facade and Glacial Lance. And we should have a good time here, yeah. Now, if Ditto comes in and copies either one of these two Pokemon, that could be a little bit scary, but I mean, copying Ursaluna would not be the end of the world. If it's Indeedee, great. Oh, it's their own Ursaluna, okay. So, they're going to eat a Glacial Lance and a Facade. A single-powered Glacial Lance into that Ursaluna is going to be wonderful. And yeah. No Ditto, so I don't have to worry about Ditto copying one of these two. So, Calyrex just gets that. Knocked out Ursaluna. And, yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about Fletchling too much. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that Fletchling, especially since we got the Trick Room up the turn they went for Tailwind, so yeah. And Zapdos is in the back, not that it matters, because, I mean, Zapdos is alright. We'll just Glacial Lance Facade, and battle's canceled, yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of curious to see why the Fletchling. I mean, props to them for bringing a really cool mono-normal team. I do think that was really awesome. Especially since they do have Terrapagos, and that makes sense too, why there was only the one restricted. Seeing as, yeah, I'm pretty sure Terrapagos is the only restricted normal type out there, but hey, I'm pretty happy with that. Good game to my opponent. Okay, we've got Lunala and Miraidon alongside Incineroar, Urshifu, Grimmsnarl, and Ursaluna. Okay. Terradark Mewtwo looks awesome here. Not gonna lie, I really like that. The Wide Guard off Lunala could be a little bit gross, but I mean, Mewtwo looks pretty fun, not gonna lie. Mewtwo looks fun, and so does my Zapdos. I think I kind of want Rillaboom here, too. I think Rillaboom Mewtwo might be good. And then that way I have Fake Out pressure. They don't have a means of denying Fake Out, which, I mean, if Incineroar just wants to Fake Out Mewtwo, I mean, Incineroar can just Fake Out Mewtwo. Actually, if they lead Incin, I kind of want Rilla Zapdos. Bring Mewtwo and bring Ice Rider. Yeah. Actually, Ice Rider Zapdos looks good, because then that way too, if I need the Tailwind or the Trick Room, I have it. Yeah, that might be okay. Just to remember, do I have? Yeah, I do have Protect. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all right. I think we lead Zapdos on the off chance they lead Incin, and then that way, if Miraidon comes in and Incineroar comes in, I don't have to worry about a Fake Out. I can go Terra Ground. I can become immune to electric type attacks and go for big damage. It's going to be Incin and Lunala, so you know what? Close enough. If they want to give me Trick Room, they give me Trick Room. That's okay. I'm going to go up to +1. Honestly, I think I just Thunderous Kick, and I think I just protect Calyrex this turn. I think I Thunderous Kick into the Incineroar just in case. And then that way too, like, I don't have to worry potentially about a Moongeist Beam into my Calyrex. Like, if they... Because I don't want to Terra Water right away and make my Calyrex weak to Miraidon. That's the problem. I don't want to become immediately weak to Miraidon, so we'll just protect with Calyrex. Maybe they potentially try to Imprison or Trick Room. I don't... Yeah, they just Wide Guard instead, so that's fine. No Fake Out coming off of the Incin, which is great. Nope, there is a Fake Out. I lied. Joke's on you, though. I'm Covert Cloak. I'm not sashed. I'm Covert Cloak. Yeah, okay. They're Rocky Helmet, which is not fun, but... That said, I think I Brave Bird the Lunala now. And... I kind of want to just pivot into Rillaboom here and get the Fake Out potential. If Miraidon comes in next turn, like, it's not the end of the world. And what I can do is I can see what Lunala wants to do, if it's a Moongeist Beam or another Wide Guard. The fact that they went Wide Guard, I mean, I probably would have been safe with high horsepower into the Incin or the Lunala just to break Shadow Shield, but at the same time, I was scared about Moongeist Beam, and it's a little bit concerning having Miraidon in the back. But getting Rillaboom out shouldn't be the end of the world, especially since I can have the Fake Out. We'll break Shadow Shield here with... Ooh, that was a crit. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, Zapdos is going to eat a Moonblast, which, you know what, that's fair. I don't blame them for that in the slightest. What I can do, though, is... Yeah, there's Parting Shot in the Rillaboom, so you know what, that's not great, but I mean, I have Fake Out. I can Fake Out into the Miraidon. I can go into the Calyrex. And I can go for the Trick Room, which Calyrex would be slower than Lunala, so, like, I would be able to outspeed it. So I can apply, so, ooh, there's Ursaluna. Okay, yeah, that's a good pivot, actually. That's a really good pivot. Okay, you know what? We're gonna bring in Mewtwo. Mewtwo is sashed. I can Dark Pulse into the Lunala. And what I can do here is... Actually, I got an idea. I could just taunt the... Yeah, no. I'm gonna Dark Pulse. Yeah, I'll Dark Pulse into the Lunala. And I think what I'll do, because I feel like the Ursaluna goes for... I feel like they go for Protect, but they might not. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click the Fake Out button. Yeah, they just went for damage. No wide... Yeah, there's just Wide Guard there. Okay. Yeah, I got to relearn my priority. But anyways, no spread move for me. Just the knocked out bat. And honestly, that's great damage. You love to see it. And now what I can do is I could dodge the Fake Out by going for Protect. And I can U-turn off the Incin. Oh no, it's Miraidon. Alright, yeah, that's it's not where I thought we were going with this, but you know what? I'm going to Psy Strike into the Miraidon. And I am still going to try to get the U-turn off with Rillaboom. Also good to know that my Mewtwo is faster. Not that it did a whole lot of damage, but I mean, that's fine. Mewtwo dodge Snarl. Nice. Alright. Thank you, Mewtwo. You were definitely putting in a lot of work here, Mewtwo. Now what I can do that Rillaboom got to survive, I could bring in Calyrex. And I could try to pivot in Rillaboom, get the terrain up. Though we did just find out that Mewtwo is faster than the Miraidon. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't like that at all. But what I can do here, on the off chance that it's Incineroar looking to switch in, we can just go for a Dark Pulse. If Mewtwo gets a flinch, great. And we can throw the Glacial Lance. Calyrex will go down to Miraidon, unfortunately, but Mewtwo dodged Snarl, which means I still have my Sash intact, so that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get up to. Yeah, okay, we're going to get Terra. Is it Ursaluna? No, it's Miraidon. Okay, great. Terra Electric, great. You're still neutral with the Dark. You're still neutral to Psychic, too, which is awesome. There's the Dark Pulse. We don't knock it out. And they do get the Volt Switch off into Calyrex, okay. Which is going to force Rillaboom in, and Incineroar in. So, Mewtwo's in a little bit of a scary position, but I mean, Mewtwo can survive here. Yeah, this is okay. It's not terrible. Which also, it's good to reveal that they're AV, which, I mean, I do really like the AV Lunala right there. I think AV Lunala is great. I also think Focus Sash Mewtwo is handy. So, I still have my Terra, which is helpful, but I think that's not really going to help a whole lot with just Rillaboom and Mewtwo. But I think I go Fake Out into the Incin. I think what I do here is I Psy Strike into the Ursaluna, and I should be alright. Yeah, there's just the Protect there, which, unless Incineroar is Clover Cloak, like, I should be okay, and I'm pretty sure I saw a Rocky Helmet earlier. Yeah, it's Rocky Helmet, so yeah, that's fine. So now what I do is I Psy Strike into the Miraidon, and I Wood Hammer the Ursaluna, and that should be okay. And not that it matters, but I do get a little bit of chip HP back. I mean, so does Ursaluna, but Ursaluna, it's going to cancel out with the burn. So I think Wood Hammer into Ursaluna is extraordinarily safe. And being able to just pick off Miraidon potentially with the Psy Strike should be okay at this range. Which, the AV Miraidon is really great. I do quite like that, since now the Miraidon does have really good special defense working in its favor. So now what I can do here with Rillaboom is I can just Wood Hammer the Ursaluna. And Mewtwo should be okay, because we did find out that we're faster. Now they're a little bit lower in speed, that could be scary, but not that that matters. Mewtwo picks up the Miraidon right there. And Rillaboom should be able to knock out the Ursaluna with the super effective Wood Hammer. Now if it doesn't, that's a little bit scary, but Burn Recoil will definitely help too. So we get the Wood Hammer right there. That is game. So we do knock out the Ursaluna. And who'd have thunk that Mewtwo actually put more work in than the Ice Rider this game. Ice Rider just kind of came in to just get bonked. But hey, that worked out. Zapdos did really well with the Clover Cloak, getting the Thunderous Kick off with the Defiant Boost. We also broke the Shadow Shield. Overall, I'm very happy with how that game played out. And it's definitely a good way to wrap up this video. On to the outro. Mewtwo. You love to see it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this Mewtwo and Calyrex team in action. We honestly had a really good time here with the Mewtwo. We got to throw off some Psy Strikes. We got to pick up a KO into an Assault-Vested Miraidon, which was good to figure out because we did end up having that Dark Pulse just bounce off it, but the Psy Strike took almost half, if not a little bit more than half, of its HP on turn 1, and they went Terra Electric. So yeah, we didn't have to worry about that being resisted. We basically just went and gone. Which honestly, it was good to find out that my Mewtwo was faster than that Miraidon. We also played up against a really cool Terra Normal or Monotype Normal team with Terra Stellar Terrapagos. There we go. Nailed it. But anyways, we ended up playing up against a really cool Mono Normal type team, and honestly, it was good to see Zapdos get off that Thunderous Kick into the Terrapagos, dropping its defense one stage, and then Ursaluna was able to come in as Calyrex got up Trick Room, and then we were able to have a very fun time because my opponent, realizing that it was going to be a bit of a cruel joke for that Fletchling. Yeah, they brought a Fletchling, in case you guys forgot. They thought it might have been cruel of the Fletchling to take a Glacial Lance, so they switched in Ursaluna Blood Moon, which honestly, with my Ursaluna knocking out Terrapagos, that turned Glacial Lance into a single target hit, which honestly, just straight to the Shadow Realm for that Blood Moon, and honestly, you'll love to see it. And then in our final, or rather our opening game, we ended up getting Mewtwo and Zapdos on the field in the face of Volcarona and Chi-Yu. We were able to survive a Heat Wave off the Chi-Yu with Zapdos, get the Tailwind up, and Mewtwo was able to two-shot that Volcarona, which thought it was just going to set up a Quiver Dance right in front of me. So yeah, we ended up knocking out the Volcarona with 2 Psy Strikes, and Zapdos had a nice little present in the form of a foot for that Chi-Yu, picking up a straight up knockout there. Overall, I'm very happy with how quick the team played in each of its games. We had some very fast matches, and you love to see it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, or if not, well, I'll see you in the future eventually. Catch you later.